Hey, so what we're doing now is we're making Chrome's new cabinets, and this is going to be sheet of plywood. Is going to become new cabinets for Chrome's truck. And all we're going to do is we've programmed it, and we're going to just press enter, just like that. Goes to the computer, CNC machine takes it away.
That's nice to know. Some of you guys are probably wondering why my van is sitting here parked inside of a wood shop. Chrome, your van looks great. What more do you need out of your van? Well, I know I've been telling you guys since the very beginning that home furnishings are just a simple, easy way to start van life, and that's exactly what I did. So before we get on with this video, let me tell you the truth. I probably wouldn't have put in this big new cabinet that you guys seen or what we're doing here today if it wasn't for amazing subscribers of mine. Okay, so we all know this cabinet went in not that long ago and I loved it. And I've based my channel on letting you guys know that you can start van life with just some home furnishings. Go to IKEA, go to the thrift store, buy something grandma used to have in her front room. But it was a great affordable way to start. Then because of me having the YouTube channel, I have all these creative and crafty people coming forward saying, Chrome, come see me, let's do something awesome in your van. And what you guys are gonna see today, I actually fought it for a while. I even messaged him not that long ago. What do you say about a couple weeks when I'm like, I'm not sure if I need anything.
He's like, I don't know if I want it.
Yeah, see, like a couple weeks, I'm like, you know what, thanks for the offer, but I don't think I really need anything. He's like, hold on, let me sketch you something out. Blew my mind. So let's talk about my home furnishings first before we get into anything else. Having these cabinets have been super awesome, and I would recommend it to anybody wanting to start van life to buy themselves some home furnishings. If you can't afford to get into doing any crafty work yourself, this is an amazing way, and I love these pieces. But they are a little flimsy. Like, check out this drawer and all these. I have had to glue the bottom side of this drawer together multiple times. And if you don't pull upwards and you accidentally pull bottom-wise, they kind of just fall out. Andy, this thing's falling apart. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys haven't seen my initial van build and where my whole van life began, but from the very beginning, I had some plastic cabinets and a bed and a cooler, and that's it. And I was happy, happy, happy. You didn't need the big fancy van build to have a perfect van life. I had a perfect van life with plastic crafting cabinets that your grandma would put her yarn in. That's true. And over the 2 years I've been in my van has evolved a lot. And my home furnishings are beautiful and they're great, but if it wasn't for the kindness of people that watch my channel offering to open up their shop and their creativity and their staff to help make my van stronger and better, it wouldn't have had this big fancy cabinet, nor would this one be getting redone. So let me go show you why I said yes to having him build this for me and redesign it all. That is a CNC machine. This is a computer that houses all the software. That is Andy, the mastermind behind all of this. And that is Chris putting in all the hard-earned labor. And that is CRUZ. He's the foreman on the job, making sure that everybody, well, gives him food, treats, and pets. He's tired. He's had a busy morning. I'm just laughing how easy this pulled out. It's never pulled out like that. I've never yanked on it. It's always just bowed, but never, it just popped right out. This one, on the other hand, I've had to glue in before. All right, so Andy reached out to me a few months ago and was like, hey, Chrome, hey, this is what I do. I have a CNC wood shop. So if you don't know what a CNC machine is, that thing is pretty much a robot. You punch in what you want cut in the computer and bang, it just starts to cut it right out. So Andy's already done some pre-design work, measured all this stuff out for me yesterday, input it into the computer, and is about to get cutting and getting things ready to rock and roll. And I'm super pumped to see that machine actually cutting and doing some work. So saying yes to this was really tough. I have a hard time taking from people because anything I've ever had my whole life, I've worked my butt to get. But sometimes when people reach out like this, it's hard to say no. As much as we all know these cabinets are pretty and I like them and they're in so many shots in my videos, when he started to put down some creativity and some ideas on paper yesterday, I was like, yes, let's do this. After his initial few messages, I started to take a think about what I would do to change this area to make it more functional and useful. So looking at this cabinet, I have like a 3-inch lip down here on the bottom, which is 3 inches by whatever that is, 4 feet of useless space that's not getting used. And when you're living in 70 square feet, that 3-inch gap is a lot. And then add the 4-inch gap that's up here of unused space. So some of the ideas that we came up with was to rework the drawers. This is going to have a hinged top on it now, so I can now access everything that's underneath it. Andy, you hear that? Where? Are my new drawers gonna sound like this?
Oh my gosh, I hope not. No, they're not. They're not going to look like that at all.
That was gold.
In fact, what's going to happen is they're going to have soft close, just like your kitchen cabinets at home. And yeah, they probably won't pull out, hopefully, without latches. And maybe we'll get rid of these awesome outdoor latches that you use for a gate. Those are going to be a thing of the past.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This cabinet over here is going to have deeper drawers on the bottom now, so now I can have taller things in this cabinet, maple syrup, etc. And we are putting a place to store my Converse shoes on the top here. So there's going to be a nice section here for shoe storage and a little cubby compartment on the top that I can access from the side to throw in like little things at night, like my cell phone and whatnot. So making way better use of all of this space. The reason I was a little held back at the beginning when he offered this to me was because I love the look of these cabinets. Sure, it may not be 100% functional use of my space. Sure, there might be some wasted gaps here and there, but I was a little held back because I love the look of those cabinets. I like the front of them the way they are. I like the streamlines on it. I like the dark, like the wood with the light color and then the light colors with the wood. I loved it all. And so when I came here yesterday, I was like, okay, look, can we just redesign them so they're identical? He's like, yep, we can do that if you want. Then he started to sketch little designs, and then I ended up just saying, you know what, Andy, do what you want to do. I'm going to put the artistic side up to you, and we're just going to let him just like work his flow on these cabinets.
You guys know what to think of me now because I You tried to put the ear cuffs on and you got a little leery about that. Do it.
How cool is that machine, right? Like literally you input it in there and boom, it comes out the other side with a lot of work from like Mr. Crafty over there. But before we end this video, I just want to talk to you all about kind of like where it all began for me. Because I know some of you see other van life channels, whether it be the big sprinter conversion channels, or people like me where my van just appears to be like really pretty and appeasing to the eyes, and it gets discouraging. Someone's like, oh great, here's another van dweller that just dumped $10,000 into his van build. But let me hold on, because I know some of you have been here, but I know a lot of you have never seen anything past the last 10 videos on my channel. So I lived in pretty much a tin box for the first 6 months of my channel, a bed and some plastic cupboards. Then as the next 6 months moved on, I added some more plastic cupboards and I bought a shelf and turned it into some other kind of, it was cheese, but it worked and I was happy. Then as things progressed, I found home furnishings, bolted the home furnishings in, and it worked and it looked so good. And if you look at that, I shopped for my van home just like you would shop for your home. There's no difference. And then as things moved forward and people kept coming forward and offering to build my nice big water storage cabinet, thank you to John for that. And now Andy's come along and offered to rebuild my whole other cabinet. So you might be asking yourself, Chrome, why would you go and get that stuff custom made when you liked what you had? The difference between what Andy is gonna do today is these things will last me a very, very long time. Probably longer than my van itself is gonna hold up. Like he's doing, I'll show you guys in the next video, but he's doing some crazy things with the drawers. What's it called, dovetail? So he's dovetailing the drawers, whatever. We'll get into that into the next video. But all I want to do is tell you guys today that I was so happy living in that tin box. Pumped. Like best days of my life every day. And then when I started to add some more plastic cabinets, life just became a lot more convenient because I had more storage. Still the best days of my life. Then I put the home furnishings in and home started to just feel like home. It was a feeling, and I added a bit more conveniences, but still the best days of my life. And then John comes along and says, hey, let me build you some water storage cabinets and something to make some better use of your top space. So I said, yeah, no problem. We went to John's and he built that awesome cabinet to hold my water. Still the best days of my life, but also no different than the days I had back at the beginning when it was just a freaking tin box with me in it. There is no difference, zero. And that's true, I'm telling you. Put some plastic cabinets in your van, put a bed in your van, put a cooler in your van to keep your beer cold. That's the first thing you should do. Forget the bed, put a place to put your beer. But I was just as happy in a bare bones basic build as I am today in a van which is half custom built, half home furnishings. Now, after the next week, my van is gonna be 3/4 custom built and only 2 more cabinets left in the back that are home furnishings. Otherwise, pretty much the whole van is custom built. And I'm gonna tell you that my experiences in my van next week are probably still gonna be some of the best days of my life, but no different than the best days I had when I very first moved into my van. So don't be discouraged when you watch other van life channels who have these big fancy builds because, oh, I can't afford it. I can't afford to live your life because I can't afford to have that. Trust me, 2 years in my van, your van will evolve naturally with you. All right? We're done. Video done. All right, you guys. So in tomorrow's video, you guys are gonna see, well, a whole lot more of this cabinet come together. All right, guys. See you soon.